Welcome to the Rebel Report. We're inspiring faith with reason and reason with faith. Okay, that was wild. Pete Hegseth's nomination as Defense Secretary signals a seismic shift in how America approaches its military patriotism and national strength. So stay until the end because there is a twist you won't see coming.
Okay, so we are getting word right now. J.D. Vance, okay, he is there. He is sitting down. He's going to be now the tie-breaking vote.
Are there any senators in the
Let's go live if we can get some sound.
Vote or change a vote? If not, on this vote, the yeas are 50 and the nays are 50. The Senate being equally divided, the Vice President votes in the affirmative, and the nomination is confirmed.
There were three Republicans that didn't vote for.
And there you have it.
Hegseth.
There you have it. With that tie-breaking decision by Vice President J.D. Vance, one of the biggest decisions, or the first big decision of the Trump administration, Pete Hegseth has officially been confirmed as the defense secretary under Donald Trump's administration. Leland, you were listening to this, watching this in real time. First big move from J.D. Vance. And I'll tell you what, we might be getting some more sound right now if we can go live to Senator John Thune. Let's go live if we can.
Immediately notified of the Senate's action. Further, that the mandatory quorum call with respect to the Noem nomination be waived.
Is there objection? Without objection. The clerk will report the motion to invoke cloture.
Cloture motion. We, the undersigned senators, in accordance with the provisions of Rule 22 of the Standing Rules of the Senate, do hereby move to bring to a close debate on the nomination of Kristi Noem of South Dakota to be Secretary of Homeland Security.
Let's take a look at some comments that we have here, because they're always rich there. Yeah, Mitch McConnell. So he's one of the ones that did not vote. Mitch McConnell needs to retire. He can barely move around now and has had multiple instances of freezing. He needs to be in assisted living, not the U.S. Senate. It is ridiculous how we have senior citizens in the U.S. government that are clearly past working age. Yeah, so he was one of the ones that didn't vote. McConnell should follow the example of his brain and retire. It's long gone. Mitch McConnell needs to take off every committee. Yeah, so a lot of people pointing out that he didn't vote for him. McConnell, Murkowski, and Collins all need to go. So these were the three that did not vote. McConnell needs to retire. McConnell just ended his pathetic rhino career. Rhino Republicans, you're on notice. Vote them out. McConnell out. Murkowski out. Collins out. All rhino get out. Yeah, well, this was a big one, and I think a lot of people taking notice here. But what does this mean? Before we go into that deep dive, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so we can spread the gospel and the good news together. So let's explore really what this all means. Well, some people are saying finally a leader who prioritizes strength over social experiments. Let's go Pete Hegseth. Some are saying this is the kind of leadership America needs to show the world we're serious again. And yeah, indeed, we've seen that in a lot of the comments. People are ready to return to strength, purpose, and unapologetic patriotism. So let's break down what this means that Pete Hegseth is now officially the Defense Secretary of the United States, and what this means for the MAGA movement, not just for America and America's spirituality and cultural restoration, but also the world. Okay, point number one, a return to biblical foundations of leadership and justice. Pete Hegseth, a known Christian, his leadership and philosophy echoes a return to biblical principles of justice and strength. Proverbs 21:31 states, "The horse is made ready for the day of battle, but victory rests with the Lord." And this really emphasizes preparation and strength while recognizing that ultimate victory comes from God. Solomon reminds us that human effort must align with divine purpose, a principle Hegseth embodies by advocating for combat readiness and moral clarity. It was John Lennox that said, "True leadership is about serving others by standing firmly on principles that transcend cultural trends." And Hegseth's call to strip away woke distractions and focus on combat effectiveness aligns with this timeless wisdom. Clear mission, strong leadership increases morale, effectiveness, and studies in organizational psychology show that teams perform better when their leaders emphasize purpose, clarity over vague or conflicting agendas. Or what do you think? Is this military going to get better, or is it going to get worse? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. But I think that reclaiming the moral and cultural backbone of the military is necessary. And Hegseth marks a cultural realignment in the military's priorities. Isaiah 5:20 says, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness." This was written in the context of Israel's moral decline, and it serves as a stern warning against confusing moral clarity with cultural relativism. It's true that if you do not define what is good, you will ultimately sacrifice truth on the altar of cultural expediency. And Hegseth's promise to promote merit-based advancements and remove divisive social justice agendas reflect a return to moral clarity. And this shift acknowledges that the military's strength lies not in political correctness, but in discipline, unity, and purpose. Studies time and time again find that readiness improves both recruitment and retention for the military. And conversely, policies driven by ideological agendas often alienate the very people the military seeks to attract. Now, the question is, how do you feel about this cultural shift? Because it is a big one. And do you see a necessity for restoring the U.S. military's effectiveness? Because this could potentially also send a strong message to America's allies and adversities. Hegseth's nomination sends a clear signal to the world. America is serious about its role as a global leader. Romans 13:4 describes government authorities as God's servant for your good, an agent of wrath to bring punishment on the wrongdoer. And this reminds us of the responsibility of leadership to protect and defend, a role America's military plays not just domestically, but globally as well. Peace is the product of strength and moral clarity, not compromise and appeasement. Hegseth's focus on readiness and operational excellence reinforces this principle that by prioritizing national security over ideological distractions, he ensures America remains a deterrent to adversities like China, Russia, and Iran. When you look at physics, just a strong gravitational force keeps planets in orbit, and a strong military presence stabilizes global dynamics, which we haven't seen over the past 4 years. The truth is, weakness invites aggression, but strength fosters respect and peace. What do you think we should do and the U.S. should do to maintain its balance of power that's seemingly eroded over the past few years? I think a lot of people would say that Pete Hegseth's nomination is more than a political appointment. It's a call to return to principles that made America great: faith, strength, justice, belief in God. And his leadership embodies the biblical values of preparation, moral clarity, and the pursuit of truth. Psalms 144:1 declares, "Praise be to the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war, my fingers for battle." This reminds us that God equips us for the challenges ahead, both spiritually and physically. And together, friends, let's champion truth, honor God, and restore America's greatness. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to keep the conversation going. Welcome to the Rebel Report. We're inspiring faith with reason and reason with faith.